this sounds amazing here, and it has been confirmed here, Kyle. This is the exact 60 list that we saw earlier, and that we actually got to cast over of toward Reklev.
Yeah, this is one of those matchups where you're going to have to look out for the dark Pokemon on the side of Trevor. We see the Tyranitar V in there along with that single strike Evital. Two fantastic Pokemon that could start to do some damage against these Gardevoir EX on the other side.
Yep, it's going to be an epic match indeed. I'm so excited to get into this with you, Kyle.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some prize cards. Oh, no, no, no. You can't do that. You can't prize 2 Kirlia and 2 Gardevoir EX.
No, not the Kirlia in there.
That is, you only play 2 Gardevoir EX.
I love how the different language there displayed there. I like the name of that.
Yep, it's one reason to move to Europe. You can play any language that is spoken in the continent, I believe. So you can have all these different arts available.
All right, so here we go. These players are kicking off this round here in our Swiss round 11 between Trevor Reed and Robin Schulz here. So yeah, that is definitely some difficult prize cards that we saw here for Robin. Let's see how we can kind of make it through that. But we're going to start off the turn with a Fog Crystal, able to seek out a basic Psychic Energy or a basic Psychic Pokemon. And look, Robin's going straight into this deck, identifying what is prize and is going to see those Kirlia are in the prize cards.
I mean, I think he's going to see the Gardevoir more.
Oh yeah, that too.
Says, dude.
Oh, what's my prizes here?
I don't know if I can take the first prize. It's going to have to be tanky Zacian to start things off and hopefully steal 2 prize cards and run into the Gardevoir EX early on, or else there's no real way to accelerate energies.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be tricky indeed. Of course, we did see Trevor Reed already go here. It was just an attachment of the double turbo energy as well. And that was it from the hand. I don't know. Did you get a look at the hand here, Kyle?
No, but that's one of the things with Lugia where they could have everything on the other side. Of course, if they have Ultra Ball Archeops, they play it down. But
yeah.
If not, this could be Lugia V-Star Burnett and everything ready to roll. It could be anything in that hand.
All right, well, we'll see what happens here for both of our players. Getting some Ralts out onto the field here from Robin. I think that was off of the Ultra Ball, discarding 2 Psychic Energy. This is the deck that we mentioned earlier. You want the Psychic Energy to be in the discard pile for this deck to use some Psychic Embrace later on, if you're able to, I guess.
Later on might be game 2, yeah. But we'll see here. As Robin definitely identifying that there's an issue right now, and you need to start to get aggressive earlier on. So Zacian V is going to be the Pokemon of choice here. Just accelerate energies, play every energy you can for the turn, and use Roar of the Sword. Eventually, maybe you take down a V Pokemon, any V Pokemon, to draw some prize cards and find that Gardevoir EX. And if you don't find it, then, you know, that's why you get to play 2 out of 3.
That's some beautiful artwork there of that Zacian V as well. Just going to be an attach here, manual attachment for turn into Professor's Research, discarding just 1 Roxanne here. Wow, Robin plays some awesome cards here. We're going to see a fresh 7 cards. Wow, that is a lot of Pokemon there.
What was that? There's no energy. What, 5 Pokemon?
How many energy are in the deck, Kyle? Did you say?
I didn't, but there's 12.
There's 12. Okay, so decent chunk of energy here, and we saw none in that 7.
Yep, Roar of the Sword will find 1, but
yeah, that's true.
That's about it. And I mean, this really goes against the strategy. You want to have energy in hand, and you want to use Roar of the Sword. So hopefully there's another energy for next turn to just get this Pokemon rolling and maybe find some prize cards. But Robin's doing everything he can right now.
Yeah, I don't even think I see a supporter in that hand that Robin has currently. So maybe we're going to be living off a top deck here. Oh, or a Judge potentially. Trevor Reed is just going to have to attach another double turbo energy. We did see the evolution into the Lugia V-Star here now, but that's it for Trevor Reed. The only card in the discard pile now is that Judge.
My guy has no cards in the discard pile.
I know. Well, it's about to be the Judge here.
Yes.
But yeah, that is a problem here for sure, especially because Trevor went first and nothing happened on that turn besides an attachment. So this Judge is going to offer 4 more cards here, or I guess 4 cards in general, to both players after a shuffle of both of their hands. So what we see from Trevor here, we have a Capturing Aroma, that Duraludon V that we touched on briefly, but it's first going to be that Capturing Aroma. It is going to be a Tails, which means a basic Pokemon is able to be sought out of the deck here for Trevor.
Yeah, almost a clear tell there, looking through the hand right afterwards and not looking very happy. As if that was heads, you can go ahead and search for the Archeops, and then there's a Professor's Research in hand for next turn. So unfortunately not looking to be any closer towards the Summoning Star, and even thinking of a different supporter for next turn as the Lumineon is looked for.
Yeah, it can get kind of dicey with these new versions of Lugia here, the single strike builds. It definitely has some coin flips that we're dealing with. It's maybe a little less than Mew VMAX usually has here, but I don't know. I feel like it has a lot, especially with the Mezagoza, actually.
Yes.
So,
yeah. You hope that eventually it all evens out, but if they all go one way or the other, it just feels really awkward.
Yeah, definitely. It could be incredibly awkward. Speaking of, the rest of this turn here. So still looking through the deck here off of that Capturing Aroma. Again, where you have to go for a basic Pokemon here. Eyeing up that Lumineon as an option here, or that Lugia V as well.
Yeah, I think when you play Capturing Aroma, you have to have an idea of which Pokemon you're going to look for either side of the coin flip. So
true.
When you see it take over a minute to look for a card and identify, it's a clear sign that this was not what you wanted.
Absolutely. Agree with that. Yeah, it's just 2 other Pokemon in hand, the Duraludon and the Pumpkaboo, and yeah, just that Professor's Research here. It is going to be a knockout, though, on that Ralts there for Trevor, so 1 prize card taken. It was the boss's orders, which is honestly even more awkward, because if you have to research that away, it's just another resource wasted here, unfortunately. Robin Schulz on the other side of the field here, getting into that Kirlia, at least to unlock that refinement ability here.
Yeah, we're going to see a decent setup here as the Zacian V is ready to start attacking into this Lugia V-Star. Seeing both of those double turbos is actually pretty solid, as you know that you're not going to get knocked out in one turn. It's gonna take some magic off of this Judge for some Archeops to come down and a different Pokemon to start attacking you. So you can go ahead and cash in right now with some chip damage and maybe start looking at those 2 prize cards early on.
Yep, absolutely. We have a fully loaded Zacian V now. And yeah, we're just working with a Judge here. So 4 cards for each player. Lots of energy on Trevor's side. There we see that Mew. Oh, that's a pretty version of that Mew as well. Yeah, a lot of cards here for Robin Schulz to be working with.
Yeah, I think if you win Worlds, you're allowed to flex a little bit. So understandable.
Definitely. All right, so we did see that concealed cards for an additional 2, the refinement as well. Discard a card and also draw 2. So this is kind of how we've seen this deck work when Tord was operating with it too, and this is the exact same 60 list. It builds huge hands, and we've gotten 2 Judges out early from both of these players as well. So that is less likely to see another one in the future here. Fog Crystal bringing out another Ralts out of the deck here.
Yeah, we saw with the Capturing Aroma last turn that with the Lugia grab, there was an understanding that there's at least a supporter or something going on in the hand. So Robin correctly identifying that the Judge was the best call and going to start working on the Lugia V. Trevor on the other side drew into a whole lot of nothing. 3 energies and a Thornton.
Oh, yeah, that is tough indeed. So we're going to see that Storm Slash here. It's a 60 base damage, but also does 30 additional damage for each psychic energy that's attached to the Zacian V. And that's going to be it. And look at that. That's 2 double turbos here attached to that Lugia V-Star as well. And that is rough. This is honestly so rough, Kyle.
This is the Lugia we've heard about, where everyone's sometimes it just bricks and you lose. And this is awful. We saw the turn 2 Lugia attacking, taking prize cards. It's like, oh, well, this is great. No, it's not. You have nothing going on in the discard pile. You're going to lose this Pokemon. Yeah. It's just going to be a Lugia V against a Zacian that you can't even knock out.
Yeah, exactly. That is so rough here to see. Couldn't take a knock there on that Zacian V even. And Robin's just going to be able to kind of get away with this turn, doing even more draw here, even more evolutions into these Kirlia that are helping out with even more draw support. And once you have additional cards in your hands, that's when you can really carry out whatever strategy you want for the turn, especially when your opponent is literally doing nothing.
Yeah, it's wild that Robin could potentially run away with this thing, just building up a nice big hand with refinements and attacking with his damaged Pokemon that just isn't threatened at all right now.
Kyle, I'm kind of scared here that we have somehow cursed the day and one of our players on each side might not be able to play Pokemon in our stream matches.
Trevor top decks the generator and goes over 5, then we know we've done it.
That's amazing.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh, no way.
Whoa.
Here. Right out of nowhere, we see that Sky Seal Stone from Robin Schulz, and it's flipped here for that V-Star Power Star Order. Gonna take an additional prize card here off that Lugia V-Star.
I think that both of the Gardevoir were prize 3 and 4. They were. So without the Sky Seal, so we weren't going to see the Gardevoir. What?
That's absolutely incredible.
It's coin flip with Mezagoza.
Oh, no. It worked. It worked here, Kyle. We needed that. We needed that desperately here. All right, Mezagoza hits. You can search out any Pokemon from your deck here, which is desperately what Trevor needs at this point in time.
Oh, boy.
Well, Trevor needs a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it all starts with a fish and a dream. And
True.
I don't know if there's a combination of cards that Luminion can find you to make you feel comfortable at this stage. You don't want research. You don't want to throw away all those cards.
Absolutely.
But I guess
that's
you have
what's going
to
to happen, yeah. That is what's going to have to happen here. So unfortunate to see, but that's going to be the pick here. The Professor's Research off of the Luminous sign from the Luminion V. Every time it's benched down, you can use that ability to search out a supporter card. So it's going to be that research. And looking at Trevor's hand, there's a lot of energy that's in that hand.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
wow.
losing the urn is unfortunate,
yeah,
but at least you have additional urn where you can bring those energies back. So you're going to need to see a lot of good cards. It's not like a judge was potentially going to find you an out here. It has to be more than 4 to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Oh, this is pretty good.
All right,
there is Archeops potential now.
We're now seeing the cards that we need to see here. Some discard potential here. Already one Archeops in the hand, so that's nice. We have the Tyranitar V in hand as well off that, as well as the Stonejourner.
Yeah, looks like
and the V-Star.
If there was one more Archeops, this actually was going to be a huge turn. Now it's just an okay turn, as I think there should be one more double turbo available. Lugia could take the knockout as the V-Star. But you're going to be playing the solo chops game, which is not one that we like.
Chops.
Yep,
Yeah,
this is the game I'd rather play.
Oh, here we go. That's going to be it. Just scooping it up. Too many obstacles in the way here for Trevor, unfortunately. Robin, it looked so unlucky with those prize cards, but things turned real quick there, Kyle.
Yeah, he's like, I did it.
I did it.
What? That opening deck search said I lose every time. And
I did it.
All I needed to do was set up a Zacian and found the Sky Seal Stone. And oh boy, that is quite the way to take down a Lugia in the opening game here.
Absolutely epic. We were talking so much about how heavy Lugia is being played in our day 2 meta share. Trevor Reed now rocking it on our stage here. But yeah, Robin Schulz taking it down here with Gardevoir. I mean, I know that Tord Reklev as well is having an incredible run out there with the same exact 60 list here. So Robin is just putting it on display with an equally as incredible run with this Gardevoir deck.
Yep, Robin at 802, Tord at 9-1. So very good opportunity for both of these players to continue on to potential top 8 here at the European International Championships. Meanwhile, Trevor on the other side, wondering what went wrong. Knows what went wrong by looking at the hand and says, okay, next time, let's get some birds in the discard.
Absolutely. All right, Kyle, I'm putting some good juju on this game. Hopefully,
All right.
we'll see some better luck here from both of our players, some nice initial setups so we can have a good game of Pokemon here. But, oh no, is that a mulligan that I see, I think, from Robin? Yep, that's going to be a mulligan. So starting off with one additional card is going to go to Trevor until Robin can get a basic Pokemon out. Let's take a look at the prize cards here for Trevor.
Yep, the one of Burnett is in the prizes, so maybe that's a card that could have been vital. We've seen on turn 2 players often search for that card to get the Archeops into the discard pile, but there's always a few ways to get those in there.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, Kyle, there is 3 double turbo energy, so one of them is in the prize cards as well, so 2 left in deck here. And let's see if Robin can get a basic Pokemon out here. Did you see the starting Pokemon on Trevor's side, Kyle?
Lugia.
Ooh, it's going to be the Lugia.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh,
no, it was so close. Kyle, no.
Trevor just gives the thumbs up and goes, oh,
yeah,
good.
put that back. Put that back, Robin, please.
That was going to be bad.
That was going to be so
Gardevoir
bad.
using Battle VIP Pass as opposed to Gardevoir using Level Ball is night and day difference. When you have to use your Level Balls to search out the Ralts as opposed to full bench Level Balls searching out Curlias for refinement,
Incredible.
you get through the deck in like 3 turns quicker when you get all of the Battle VIP Pass.
Yeah, it's really allowing you to use your cards to the fullest of their ability. So, yeah, Trevor definitely breathing a sigh of relief there, seeing that hand, and it is going to be a mulligan. So that means Trevor's not going to get 1 additional card. It's going to be 2 here until Robin can get a basic Pokemon. Let's go, Robin. I believe in you. Let's see a basic. No way. Oh, okay.
Right,
thank goodness.
Celebrations Mew.
Yeah, that's a great one to start
sneaking
as
into
well.
the mix.
Great one to start, indeed. All these beautiful full art supporters. It is going to be 2 research, a boss's orders, and a worker. Fog Crystal and a level ball, so.
Oh, you speak German.
That's.
I'm looking at that worker like, I've never seen that before in my life.
That's amazing. Yeah, so a lot of supporters there in the prize cards now for Robin, as well as the Fog Crystal and the level ball there too. So a couple of awkward things there, but hopefully nothing too challenging here.
No.
Not again.
No.
What?
He gave you extra cards. And it's the exact same opener.
How does that happen?
I got bad news. I think the only supporter on the other side is the judge. So Trevor, even if the hand is good, he's going down to 4 once more.
No, that is terrible.
They're capturing aromas in the hand. There's plenty of cards, but it wanted to make a big turn 2 of it, and I think he's just going to run into that punish.
Yeah, and when you have a disruption card, when you have given your opponent extra cards off of a mulligan, it's even better. So that is unfortunate there to see, but we're going into the deck here for Robin, checking the prize cards, making sure to map everything out. We're on that Fog Crystal, so we can already get that Ralts out off of the Fog Crystal because it is a basic Psychic Pokemon. Like I said, starting that Mew is fantastic as well. Gives you access to that Mysterious Tail ability, which will help Robin out here to get an item card. So yeah, definitely a good start, even though kind of an awkward, little bit of awkward prize cards and definitely awkward start with the mulligans, but might be able to fix that up real quick.
Yeah, with Trevor's hands, we saw, looks like Lumineon was in there, so maybe even considering the Professor Burnett for turn 2, and that's not going to be available. It's in the prize cards, and you're probably going to lose the hand too. So now we see on the other side, Mew is going to try to find maybe one of those Battle VIP passes.
Yes, let's see it. Ooh, I don't see it there. But it is going to be a level ball here.
I was just going to use the level ball from the 6 cards.
I know, yeah. Use the level ball.
I'll take the other Ralts.
Gonna have the Ralts out here. So 2 Ralts on the field now from level ball. Now we're going to see the manual attachment here to that Zacian V. And there is that judge. All those mulligan cards that Trevor had wiped away. It was just a double turbo again, attached and a pass. So really unfortunate starting turns. You know, when you're going first, it's because you're looking to take the initiative here, get a really strong turn 1, evolve into Lugia V-Star turn 2, have your Archeops out. When you're not able to do that, you are so far behind, especially when your opponent has such a great setup here. And Robin Schulz is already off to a great start. So let's see what 4 cards both of these players are able to draw.
Yeah, good to note also for Trevor that he hasn't looked through his deck at all, has no information. So just going to see these 4 cards here and try to make something of it. 3 energy and a nuts ball. Okay, there is an Ultra Ball, so at least we're going to see some Pokemon played.
Yes, that is very true. Adding to the consistency here, we saw the concealed cards here off of that Radiant Greninja.
Whoa.
And this is still the first turn for Robin Schulz. The Battle VIP pass was off of the concealed cards, which means Robin can even get another Pokemon out here for the Battle VIP pass. And it's already almost a full bench, so we're only going to have 1 Pokemon come out here. But incredible, having a full bench set up on turn 1.
Yeah, I think there was a Ralts in hand and was considering not even using the Battle VIP Pass. May have just held on to that for refinement, but maybe we'll find other resources that can be discarded. It's one of the weird situations where Battle VIP Pass might actually be better
utility.
in your hand.
Yeah,
you just need fodder instead, and you don't want to just discard another Ralts.
Yeah, I know. That's why it plays so incredibly well into this deck, because Refinement allows you to discard whatever you want from your hand, so it's an easy choice there. So it's going to be up to Trevor Reed to now make something of this new Judge hand. What are we looking at, Kyle?
Cards.
Those are Pokemon cards.
These are cards. Trevor says, I can play all of these. I could V-Guard my Lugia. Let's just Ultra Ball for a fish.
Ultra Ball for a fish. You sound so defeated here, Kyle, and I feel like Trevor is feeling that way a little bit as well. Ultra Ball discarding that Serena and that Single Strike energy. You know, we've mentioned that Urn of Vitality is in the list here, so it is able to get those back out of the discard pile, so it's not the worst discard there. But now that the Radiant Serena there is in the discard pile.
Yeah, it's not a Pokemon that you always see have an impact in a matchup like this. A lot of one-hit knockouts that we see going back and forth, just targeting down V Pokemon as well. So leave the bench space for some relevant Pokemon. We do know there's a few dark attackers in this deck, although we've never seen one. I promise they're in there, and maybe we'll get there sometime.
That is so true, actually. We have never seen one. All right, here we go. Trevor Reed still just looking through the deck here. Is this actually the first? This is the first deck search,
yeah.
Kyle. So yeah, Trevor Reed taking that extra time here, mapping out the prize cards, of course, as well. But it is going to be that fish, that luminous sign is going to be activated off that Lumineon V to just grab a Professor's Research. The other 2 cards in hand, it's going to be a Nest Ball. So might as well use it before you have to discard it off of a Research. Plus, it's a great card to use right now. Searching out that basic Pokemon is going to get an additional Lugia V onto the field here for Trevor.
Yeah, just understanding that there is a world where this Lugia V is knocked out, and this might just be the reading Lugia, and the other one will be the summoning star Lugia.
Definitely. All right, so here we go. Trevor going to finish this out with that Professor's Research, but does still have an energy in hand as well. It's going to be that V-Guard energy attached first. So this is going to be a Professor's Research with 0 discard, which is always nice to see. Just a nice 7 cards into hand. Let's see if Trevor has something to work with here. I saw 1 Archeops there.
Whoa,
2 Archeops in the Ultra Ball. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, you said a nice discard of 0 with the Research. I'm like, actually, I'd like to throw away some birds.
Yeah.
But here we go, off of the 7.
Kyle.
That is exactly what you want to see. And new life on the other side for Trevor.
Absolutely. New life indeed. That Ultra Ball going to discard both of those Archeops, which is huge because of that Summoning Star ability. You can retrieve them out of the discard pile even though they are Stage 2 Pokemon. So you don't need their former evolutions. They just come right out of the discard pile, which is what we just saw from Trevor Reed there, flipping over that V-Star power token there for the field. And then not only that, but the Archeops hops right back into the deck there with that Primal Turbo ability, allowing you to search out 2 special energy cards and apply them to your Pokemon. So this is the strong combination that we see from these Lugia V-Star decks.
Yep, I spoke too early with that being the reading Lugia. The only read we have is Trevor Reed taking prize cards because that is a summoning star, and we are going to be knocking out this Mew pretty shortly. The only consideration now is which energies do you want to play down for maybe this Lugia here, and it looks like the gift energy is the consideration. Just thinking ahead, could potentially have that in a situation where your opponent is playing Judge or the Roxanne in the mid game. So like seeing that here.
Yeah, just definitely add some extra consistency to the deck. Make sure you kind of can play out of awkward situations in the later game. We do see that Yveltal come down onto the field here. There's a dark Pokemon, Kyle.
Yay! You know, it's not the Yveltal that we're used to in
True,
the Lugias
yeah.
of old, but this one's arguably better in this matchup.
Definitely arguably better,
Gets
for sure.
3 of those single strike energies on this Pokemon. You can knock out a Gardevoir EX out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, indeed, capitalizing off of that weakness here. But here we go. Trevor Reed is going to be taking a prize card there. That turned around so quickly, and it is awesome to see Robin Schulz here on the other side, already having used 1 refinement here, getting that energy into the discard pile there. Draw 2 cards, and now we're going in with an Ultra Ball here.
Yeah, these are really tough decisions now. Not a lot of cards in the hand. Trying to find a way to continue this turn. No supporter just yet either. And it's the only way out, just additional Kirlia into more refinement, losing more resources to try to build up any hand here.
Yeah, this is where it does start to get a little bit awkward.
We have a fish, good.
Oh, there's a fish, yeah. Oh, that's true, because it's Tord's same 60 list, and Tord played that fish beautifully when we watched him play this deck, utilizing the collapsed stadium as well to just wipe it off the field, to get rid of that liability, because it is a 2 prize Pokemon that you have there with pretty low HP as well, only 170. So getting that off the field is pretty nice.
Yeah, you can see Trevor even thought about that, playing down the Yveltal, saying, I need a full bench, because you're not going to stick me with this Lumineon V. I'm going to throw away mine, too, if you try any shenanigans.
Absolutely, yeah. That would be awesome. Here we go. Professor's research here for Robin. So we're going to see an additional 7 cards. That's a lot to work with, so, and definitely a lot more than Robin was working with before.
Yep, down a Gardevoir EX with the discard, so just 1 available now. And looking to see if there's potential to draw a little more here with Kirlia Refinement. We do see 1 in the hand. It looks like a couple more ways to search out, but lose a good chunk of hand size here.
Yep, and it is going to be that easy fodder there that we talked about, that Battle VIP Pass, Collapse Stadium, and Roxanne joining the hand here, eyeing up the Ultra Ball that are in hand as well.
Now,
Where are we seeing this turn go, Kyle?
Yeah, I think this just is going to be Zacian using Roar the Sword at some point. Hoping that your opponent doesn't have a gusting effect to take additional prize cards. You'd love to only give up 1 more prize at this stage of the game.
You would definitely love to do that, that is for sure. All right, so we're just gonna see, it looks like the manual attachment here onto that Kirlia.
Understanding that there's other targets that are better, so attaching to the Kirlia here isn't bad. It means that your opponent's probably not going to target down this Pokemon, hopefully. Hopefully they're prize hungry and looking at the Vs instead. And you're giving them a good option there with the Zacian Vs. Hey, I got 3 energies. I'm scary. Come get me.
Absolutely. Ending the turn there on that Roar of the Sword allows you to draw out that psychic energy from your deck and apply it to any of your Pokemon. It is going to be that Zacian V that gets the psychic energy here, and we're back to Trevor Reed. So this hand is pretty important for Trevor Reed to see if we can see another explosive turn here, continue the pressure in this game. Already 1 prize card taken here, so already kind of leading things off, and we're going into the deck with another Primal Turbo. Once you have your engine set up with these Archeops out and being able to seek out these energy every single turn, you're in a much better position to finally get into your strategy, because then it's just aligning which Pokemon are you attacking with, what is your prize mapping that you're working on, and how do you get to that W?
Yep, well, we see the option here is going to be avoid double turbo energies. You need to do the full 220 damage with the Lugia V-Star. We see that in hand here, so all 4 energies now to this Pokemon. And there's a Serena in hand, so certainly potential there to retreat with the double turbo, bring up that Zacian V, and clear this Pokemon off the board.
Yeah, it's easy to avoid the double turbo too because there's already 2 on
Oh,
board and one's
gone,
in
yeah.
prize cards as well. Kyle, there's no more left.
Well, that's easy.
All right, second primal turbo here to attach that single strike energy onto the Evital that is on bench, and there we go. There is that Serena using the gusting effect to bring up a benched Pokemon V on your opponent's side here. So we see that Zacian V, exactly what Robin was hoping not to see, unfortunately. And Trevor Reed is going to go down another 2 prize cards. So only 2 left to take, or sorry, 3 left to take for this game. Robin Schulz now having to choose what to promote into the active.
Yeah, this is a big Pokemon to knock out. 280 hit points. Not sure exactly how many Psychic Energies are in the discard pile, but knowing that there's 1 Gardevoir EX down is unfortunate. I think we see at least 1 Gardevoir in hand, but still a lot of work to be done here with refinements and potentially the concealed cards.
Yeah, each turn that goes by, the pressure is unfortunately mounting here on Robin, the harder the decisions get here. And honestly, Kyle, this is a matchup I think a lot of our viewers at home were looking to see, because these are 2 of the most talked about decks going into this, and now we're watching them face off here, and it's looking pretty close, honestly.
Yep. Robin wants to capitalize on some of the resources in the hand right now. Does have the Roxanne in hand that could be played. Really start to limit some of the potential for counterattacks from Trevor, but not finding the resources just yet. Just a bunch of energies so far.
Yeah, definitely. We've used 1 refinement here and the concealed cards as well. So more cards to the hand here. Looking, doing a quick look through the discard pile, counting the energy that are in the discard pile as of now.
Yep, up to 6 energies there in the discard pile. Refinement could potentially make that 7.
Absolutely, and that's looking like what's about to happen here, at least refinement being activated here. But it's not going to be an energy, it's going to be that penny. Level ball and, was it the fog crystal or the energy there? Off of that.
I mean, it all got shuffled so quick.
Yeah,
There's
true.
also a level ball that was found in the mix too, I think.
There's a lot of cards in this hand, Kyle.
Yes.
All right, and we see that Gardevoir come out. That is our stage 2 Gardevoir, Shining Arcana. There's a lot of Gardevoir in this deck. Gets a little confusing at times, but this is our 1 prizer. That also has an incredible ability. I feel like this is a heavy ability deck for sure. So yeah, once during your turn, you can look at the top 2 cards and attach whatever basic energy you find in there to your Pokemon, and then you keep the rest of the cards to the hands. But right now we're seeing an Ultra Ball, discarding a Level Ball and a Fog Crystal here to get a Gardevoir EX out of the deck.
Yep, this is the Pokemon that you need to find this turn and get the potential to flood the board with these energies now. Yep. Need to reach, I believe it's like 8 energies on this Pokemon in order to take the knockout.
That's a lot.
The resources are available from the discard pile. Now it's just, do you want to play any other cards? There's potential to maybe put a Pokemon on the bench, use the Collapse Stadium, and move your Lumineon if you want, but just going to go ahead and do this instead.
Here we go.
It does make sense. This isn't a turn where your opponent has to deal with this Gardevoir. It's knocking out anything and everything, so they're not going to target down the Lumineon that turn.
Yep, it's going to be the Roxanne here. So Roxanne is able to be used here because Trevor is down to 3 or less prize cards. So Robin's going to be able to use that. Trevor's going to only be working with a hand of 2 cards. But remember that gift energy is a thing too. So if Robin is able to knock that out, that gift energy is going to help out a ton after that. And then Robin Schulz is also going to get 6 cards here off that Roxanne.
Finds the rare candy, but no other Gardevoir there.
Yep, no Gardevoir. We're going to see that Shining Arcana, no energy found here, but did find a Curlia. So Robin is able to use another refinement here, easy discard of that Battle VIP pass, and it's going to be a Psychic Energy there. Is that Manaphy?
Yep.
Little blue dude.
Welcome back, buddy.
Joining the party here, and it's actually going to be benched here on Robin's side of the field. The Manaphy joining in.
Yep, didn't want to use the resources before the Roxanne, but now enjoys this. Going to throw away that Luminion here.
Yeah, so actually 2 fish hitting a discard pile because Trevor Reed also going to take the opportunity to discard that Luminion V as well. So both players going down a fish into the discard pile. And here we go. We're going to see that Psychic Embrace here.
Doesn't even attach the energies. Just,
yeah, I was about to say.
Just shows them.
Sitting there. Psychic Embrace is going to take the knockout there on that Lugia V-Star. That was such a bulky Pokemon there, a ton to have, but that tiny one prize Pokemon is able to take that knockout with the way this deck is built and that incredible ability to just accelerate all those energy, amplify your damage so much, and take huge knockouts. So incredible display of Gardevoir EX deck, and really just Gardevoir and Friends deck, and how Robin just pulled that off.
Well, Trevor is eyeing up the single strike energies. Is there a gusting effect in hand?
Ooh, let's see. I don't think I saw one.
It's the tails. It means it can go search out a basic Pokemon. We could see fish.
Another fish? Yeah, the fish is in deck. That is for sure.
Oh, maybe we don't need it. Maybe the gusting effect's already in hand. I mean, there's the potential to go after the Gardevoir EX and bring yourself down to just 1 prize card. There's also a Pokemon that knocks out everything in the universe right now, so I don't mind that knockout here. But when you see the additional attachment, you have to think that this is going to be trying to cash in on all of the additional damage.
Absolutely. Everything in the universe. That is so true here, Kyle. All right, let's see. We have 2 Impact Energy coming down onto the Tyranitar. 1 was off the Primal Turbo, and 1 is attached from hand here from Trevor Reed. We do have that gusting effect. I didn't see it in the hands, but it is here. That Boss's Orders is going to bring up this Gardevoir EX for Trevor Reed.
Yeah, that is huge. Going down to just 1 prize remaining. A Pokemon you have to handle there in that Evinsall with all those energies, and then waiting behind is the Tyranitar V with 2 energies. I don't know how you get out of this one.
I don't know either, Kyle. This is a tough situation to be in. We have 14 minutes and 30 seconds roughly on the clock here. Robin Schulz moving this monstrosity up into the active position. There's so many energy here. Pretty big hand to still work with as well. We're going to see the concealed cards first here off of that Radiant Greninja into another 2 cards.
All right, never mind. I found the way. You have to lock that Sinnoh.
Oh my goodness. That's going to be the Refinement, discarding the rare Candy here into 2 Ball Search. Level Ball, 2 cards in deck as well.
It says, hey, that's the Pal Pad that could search for the Roxanne. That'd be cool. And it looks like we're going to draw these cards with the Arcana. Find the Pal Pad. And is there another choice that you want to go with here?
All right, there's that Miriam being played here. An awesome card. I don't even think I've casted this being played yet, maybe one time, but allows you to...
we saw it like the very first mirror match where it was just used to draw 3 cards, basically.
Oh, yeah, you're so right. That's how we saw it played, absolutely. But, you know, it has an incredible effect here. Allows you to shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. Put it back in there, and then you also draw 3 cards. So that's what Robin is kind of explaining here, because you're just going to draw into those cards. So there's no deck anymore.
Yes, which is currently a problem, but there's a yes. Pal Pad that can at least mean there's going to be a deck around. But
yeah, living on the edge here, Robin Schulz.
So please just don't find energies. I'm gonna load up this Gardevoir here and take the knockout, stare down a Tyranitar, and potentially counter the stadium too, and just hope it's not all there.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I guess this is one of those rare times, I guess we can mention that it is a lose condition if you can't draw a card for your turn. So there is this Pal Pad needs to be played in order for Robin to have cards in deck here. So it's just going to be 2 cards being shuffled Nice shuffle there.
Trevor's like, yeah, I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, being shuffled there, and that is the deck here for Robin. But that's all that needs to happen here. And here we go.
Oh, okay.
There's that temple.
Yep, immediately Trevor brings the Mizagoza up to the front of the hand along with the double turbo. So we know what's happening here. Tyranitar going to line up for a good old crush.
Here we go. That is absolutely amazing here. Trevor going to take things in this game too. Kyle, there's only 11 minutes, kind of almost 12 minutes, but we still have to shuffle and set up here for these players. Do you think we can make it through a game 3?
Yes, yeah, it could happen. It's difficult because Gardevoir has a lot of single prize Pokemon, but there's a world where Robin has an absolute pop-off turn, gets everything that they need, and can start to target down these V Pokemon. Same thing for Trevor on the other side. If we see the strategy of Zacian V go down, if a Luminion has to be played early, you can certainly see the prize cards line up. And the only way that Robin's going to win is if he also includes that Gardevoir EX into the mix, most likely, and we know that that's an easily targeted Pokemon from Trevor's side.
Absolutely, but it comes down to this. We're getting to a game 3. There's been a nice, healthy back and forth. Well, maybe not too healthy, looking at that game 1 for Trevor, but that game 2 was epic between both of our players.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there, and once more, Trevor did not look like he should be here in game 2. When we saw the research, it looked like there was just going to be nothing happening there, and another turn was going to be missed. A Lugia was going to get potentially knocked out that turn. Instead, finds the perfect combination off of that research, double Archeops Ultra Ball, and was able to make a great game of that.
Yeah, that was some incredible play that we saw from both players. And wow, both players also starting out with their own mulligans.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a little bit more time shuffling here and trying to establish these initial Pokemon and the initial setup for both our players. So 2 mulligans cancels out, of course. So this is just resetting up again.
We need to stop goofing around. Get some basic Pokemon.
Yeah,
we got, what, 10 minutes? Come on, guys.
Yeah, we can't do another, 3 mulligans here. 2 mulligans from Robin. We want to see some Pokemon happen, bringing you the action here in our day 2. We want to see it all go down on stream. And like I was saying, Kyle, this, I think, is a match that people are really looking out for. These are 2 decks that I think are pretty popular among the community. It was just kind of, are they tested enough to be good enough here? And now we're kind of see who's going to come out on top here. Is it going to be that Gardevoir? Is it going to be the Lugia?
Ooh, losing 2 double turbos could be a little spicy there.
Yeah, that means there's only 1 left in the deck here.
It's in the hand, too.
Oh, and it is in the hand. There you go. All right, this is it. This is going to be our game 3 between these players in our Swiss round 11. Both of these players aiming to get into top 8 here today. And we're starting over on Robin's side of the field with a Fog Crystal and that cute little Ralts in the active position.
Yep, nice to see at least something going on here on the opening turn. Got to get these Pokemon established so you can eventually work towards that refinement. Hopefully we see a little more, though, as Battle VIP Pass on the opener is got to be ideal.
I would say it's pretty ideal there, Kyle.
Big fan.
I like it. Big fan indeed. All right, so here we go. Fog Crystal going to bring out that Ralts. We're going to see a pretty familiar turn from Robin here. I think this Gardevoir deck, well, really a lot of our decks, line up consistently on their initial turns. Well, except Trevor, unfortunately. Hopefully Trevor's first turn does not line up the same as they've been going.
He is destined to go past with a double turbo on a Lugia. This turn could be very different. Capturing Aroma for a heads would have been incredible.
Yeah,
as it could have lined up for the Archeops double discard there with the Ultra Ball. Instead now, maybe can work in another Lugia if he wants and find the fish with the Ultra Ball.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Definitely.
Oh, actually, this makes so much more sense. Just go for the fish here, and then you can search out the Archeops with the other Ultra Ball, and then you can find the research and throw them all away.
Oh, perfect. toss them all into the bin here, into that discard pile. Yeah, this is going to be a huge turn here for Trevor, and this is what we've been waiting to see here. Is all it took was going second? Is that what it was?
I guess, yeah.
Going second as Lugia?
He was goofing the whole time. Just should have been going second and getting all these resources thrown in the discard. This is fantastic here. You can see the double turbo played, and even with the discard of the single strike energy, that could potentially come right back.
Absolutely, can come right back here. Lugia V is going to get that double turbo as well, and we're going to see a nice 7 cards here, a brand new hand for Trevor.
What? Triple capturing Aroma?
That's a lot of Pokemon, Kyle. Hey, you're bound to hit one of those, right?
That's got to work.
That'd be funny if it just didn't, though.
Whoa.
Oh, it's just going to be a pass to Robin here.
I think that tells something to your opponent when they don't read the wind.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. That is a very good point there, Kyle. Robin having a less explosive first turn that we saw, just 2 Ralts out and an energy attachment off of that fog crystal that we saw. But here we go. Kirlia is going to join us with that refinement ability. But before that is able to be utilized, we're going to do the Ultra Ball first here for Robin. So discarding those easy psychic energy that you want to start piling up for that big damage later on in the match for Robin, and searching through the deck here for that Luminion V. So it's actually going to be a similar situation here for Robin that we just saw from Trevor. It's going to be that Professor's Research tossing away this hand.
Yeah, there was potential to maybe try to look for the Judge and limit your opponent's hand, but they've already thrown the Archeops in the discard pile. This deck has plenty of ways to find the Lugia V-Star, even if you limit them to 4 cards. So think about your own strategy, try to get as many cards in your hand, and maybe we can get things rolling by chaining together some refinements.
Get things rolling indeed. Let's hope that this is a great hand here for Robin to start working with. All right, I see another Ralt here, Manaphy's in hand. We see the Fog Crystal, Radiant Greninja, Sky Seal Stone, another Professor's Research as well. Solid cards.
Yep, Fog Crystal could always go for a Pokemon, but maybe there's potential there to grab the energy as you see the Radiant Greninja in hand. Just thinking about concealed cards there.
Yeah, discarding the energy, also drawing an additional 2 cards. Great synergy in this deck that just fits so well. Also, great energy card there. Love that.
Yeah, I sold all mine.
Kyle, what?
I know.
What the?
I'm ready to switch over to the silver borders, so I made a play.
No. So you sold them recently?
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting it.
Yeah, I'd be regretting that too, Kyle. Wow, let's not talk about it, honestly. Refinement here from Robin Schulz after the concealed cards as well. So it's going to be a discard of that Manaphy into an additional 2 cards to the hand for Robin. And this is where we start to see the hand stacking up here.
Yeah, we see the additional Ralts there. Kirlia in hand if you want to go ahead and evolve that following this retreat.
Yeah, retreat here off of the Ralts that had the energy attached. Gonna evolve into a Kirlia here. Discard that psychic energy, and we're flowing here. This is not first turn, sadly, for the Battle VIP pass, but hey, you have that for refinement later on. Ralts is gonna come down onto the bench as well. So another Ralts joining the field. Always nice to see for potential Gardevoir down the line. Well, and Kirlia.
There are 5 energies in the discard pile already, so when considering how to go about this and the prize map, Zacian V could get into the mix next turn. Might as well end the turn with Roar of the Sword.
Roar of the Sword, indeed, just establishing that energy on here. That does end the turn with that ability, but you still get to search out that psychic energy and apply it there. So now it's going to be over to Trevor's side after this shuffle. And we were working still with that giant hand full of a lot of nice smelling cards, right, Kyle?
Oh yeah, the aroma is quite pleasant. If these all miss, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
and another Pokemon search as well. Nest Ball joining the hands,
we need heads.
Yeah, we need a heads.
Oh,
no. My God! Well, that's the first one here for Trevor Reed.
Everyone stay calm.
We're looking for the heads to get that evolution Pokemon here, but the tails bring us only basics, unfortunately.
And sadness.
And sadness. Lots of sadness as well. At least Tyranitar V's being thinned. All right, come on, heads. Oh my gosh, Kyle.
There's one more.
Oh, there's one more. Nest Ball's also not going to do it. That's just a basic Pokemon, and this is what people have been talking about, where things get dicey in this new build of Lugia. You're working with the coin flips, and that's scary sometimes. Radiant Serena being thinned out off of that capturing aroma. We're going to see the third, Kyle. We need this.
No.
Oh my gosh. Flips 3 tails in a row on capturing aroma. Trevor Reed cannot get an evolution Pokemon here.
Come on.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Robin Schulz is probably like, wow.
Man, you smell good over there.
You smell good.
Real good. Oh, God, there's another flip.
Oh, no.
Help me.
Okay, this needs to be heads.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. The stadium that you despise, Kyle, the Mesa Gosa here, coming in clutch. I feel like we've barely seen it work, but it's working at the time Trevor Reed needs it the most. Oh, my gosh. It is going to be that Lugia V-Star, though, searching out those Archeops from the discard pile. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yep. Giddy up, Pokeball. You worked this time. Congratulations.
There we go. That V-Star power. Only one can be used per game, and that was a fantastic turn to be using it for Trevor. Would have loved it as soon as he possibly can, but hey, both the Archeops are out now. Primal Turbo is able to be utilized here to get those special energy on the board.
Yeah, I don't think we're playing with enough pace to see this one close out the way we want.
Oh no, yeah, we only have 42 seconds on the clock here.
Yep, a lot of time being taken with all those flips and trying to work the magic. We only see those 2 V Pokemon on the other side, but we probably need about 3 more minutes before time is called to even think about seeing a winner here.
Kyle, now I'm sad. I was getting so into this match.
Yeah, I mean, we got 4 coin flips begging for a Lugia V-Star. It doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely. We're going to see the boss's orders here. Ordering up that fish. Fish fillet.
I had the fish yesterday. I regretted it.
Oh no. All right, taking a nice easy knockout here on a 2 prize Pokemon for Trevor Reed. So leading in prize cards currently, going down to only 4 left to take. Robin over here having to choose Pokemon. It looks like they already discussed the turns. I guess we'll have it confirmed who is turn 0, so that we know how these 3 additional turns fall, because it actually does matter quite a bit. Goes 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Robin Schulz putting that Sky Seal Stone onto the field here, onto that Zacian V, exactly where it belongs.
Yep, we'll see. I mean, with the way the turns fall, if Trevor was turn 0, he's got 1 additional turn to close things out. Can't take 4 prize cards in 1 turn that I know of with Lugia.
Yeah.
I mean, Robin can play for it, but there's no Lumineon V-Star to look for with Sky Seal Stone knockouts back-to-back, so.
True.
Getting worried.
Getting worried indeed. It's going to be the Pal Pad, though, here for Robin Schulz, shuffling 2 supporters back into the deck.
Man, this could have been such a great game. There's so much potential.
We need more time,
We really just
Kyle.
needed a few more minutes.
We need a couple more minutes, but unfortunately, that's not how it goes. It was the Mulligans, right? It was the Mulligans. I'm blaming that.
I think if game 1 is how I recalled it, there was like a Mesagoza flip out that needed to find that found the Lumineon, but if it didn't flip tails, then we would have seen a scoop like 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah, true.
Maybe that would have been the time that we needed. So
That's very true.
I'm blaming Mesagoza, of course.
Yeah, of course, Kyle. Blaming the stadium card there, but that is very true. You know, if you have that hope, maybe you stick it through, but unfortunately, that's how things come around sometimes. Then you're trying to pick up just a few more minutes here in the 3rd game that could have secured you a win versus a tie here between these players. But we'll see what Robin has in store for us for the rest of this. We're going to see the refinement here, discarding a Psychic Energy for an additional 2 cards to the hand. Lots of ball search in hand, tons of level ball that I saw in the hand for Robin. Radiant Greninja has also already been used for the turn for that concealed cards.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on this side of the board. The hand is huge.
Trevor was turn 0, by the way, Kyle. Got that information for us. So this is now turn 1 that we're in for Robin Schulz. There's only 3 additional turns.
Oh. Potential for the gentleman's agreement before
True.
the game started, too. So gotta always think about that. So might as well watch this all the way through and see what's happening here as Zacian V is going to go ahead and activate that Sky Seal Stone.
Here we
Look
go.
to take 3 prize cards here against the Lugia V-Star.
Yeah, that is a ton of damage that we're seeing from that Zacian V. And when you see that Sky Seal Stone flipped here, that means it's going to be an additional prize card as well. Sky Seal Stone is such an intricate card that we see. I've had to read it over like 30 times because there's so many words on it. But it has to be a basic Pokemon and then knocking out a V-Star or a V-Max Pokemon as well.
And then we added EXs into the mix, and
I know,
everyone
right?
got even more confused.
Exactly. But it is applicable very much so here for Robin Schulz because this is going to lead to an additional prize card here. And like you said, Kyle, if there is some sort of gentleman's agreement, we don't know what that agreement is, right?
Yep.
So it could be a leading on prize cards.
Played a board state, played a prize cards.
Yep.
Right now it looks like it potentially could have been a prize cards thing as Robin very well could find himself at 1 prize remaining if he can knock out a
Very
Pokemon
true.
like that Lumineon.
Yep, that is very true here. So we're seeing those prize cards being taken off that Lugia V-Star. Of course, the additional because of that Sky Seal Stone V-Star power that was used. Now it's over to Trevor. This is now our turn 2 that we are in. So this is Trevor's last turn here to do as much as possible.
Not much needed to be done. We see some energies being searched out here. An easy knockout is lined up with the Evital, but potentially could be thinking about keeping the hit points around on that T-Tar too.
The T-Tar. I love that Tyranitar in this deck.
He is my spirit animal.
Oh yeah, why is that, Kyle?
Oh, he won my only regional.
Oh, nice. Some sentimental value there.
Yeah. Spintail. He's the man.
All right, so we see that single strike energy on that Evital here into a second primal turbo after that single strike is applied. So Trevor Reed applying an impact energy as well onto that Tyranitar V. Yeah, those single strike energy buffing the damage as well per energy card, so it stacks too.
Yep.
Important
Lining up
to mention.
for the knockout here on the Zacian V. Have that single prize Pokemon in the active spot. Maybe that is a consideration here as we see this second turn of prizes looking to come to a close soon.
Come to a close soon indeed. So here we go, single strike energy, buffing that damage 20 each there. On top of the initial damage that Evital is doing. Gonna take the knockout here for Trevor Reed, going down to 2 prize cards. This is the last turn of the game here. So again, we're not sure what these players have agreed on, if there is a gentleman's agreement in place. So Robin's gonna do everything here to go down to his little prize cards, I'm sure, as possible. Fog Crystal is gonna be played here to search out an additional energy into the hand. Tons of cards in the hand as well.
Yeah, so many resources available for Robin, and with the deck so thin at this point, easily could draw into every resource necessary with the Arcana, the Conceal cards, and the Refinement available too.
Yeah, just draw your whole deck. It's the last turn anyway. So might as well here.
Yep, finds the Roxanne, so that strategy is something that you could employ if you want to show your opponent that you would win on board state. Maybe if they just show the boss's orders, then it gets to be a little different there.
Yeah.
If it is a agreement on prize cards, then clearly you're going to look for that boss's orders and try to knock out a Lumineon V here and just say, I would have won.
Yes. Yeah, so I guess it's kind of showing us, yeah, it looks like Roxanne being played here, and now Temple of Sinnoh is also in play as well. So that is another obstacle as well. Trevor would also have to be able to bump that stadium to be able to use all these attacks here because the special energy is just being turned into one single colorless energy per. So.
Well, I think Trevor was able to find the Pumpkaboo out of the prize card.
Oh,
so
okay.
by some miracle, if this is just like access to
well, there's
Pumpkin
Ultra Ball.
and a way to boss up a Pokemon, could show that he had game next turn.
Yeah, this is getting intricate, actually, for this board state.
We're going to have no idea what happens.
Exactly, yeah, that's the unfortunate
let's
part.
make that abundantly clear. This is the last turn of the game. Nobody can officially win with prize cards here.
Yeah.
This is all just how these guys see it happening. The fist bump makes me think that we're just going to go with the tie.
They're taking the tie here. I mean, I guess we'll get confirmation of that, but yeah, the fist bump does make it seem like there's a tie because there was very little conversation, at least that I heard, unless they were talking in between there. But yeah, we saw that played out to the very bitter end, Kyle, and I'm saying bitter because I wanted a conclusion.
Yeah, take more prize cards.
You know, this was a match I was so highly anticipating